Our next speaker, as logic goes, will be the parents or the father of the groom. I had the pleasure of seeing this man speak at my own wedding, and it was outstanding. I give to you my own father-in-law, Matthew's father, Mr. Roger Lord. Please put your hands together.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jenny did fit in like a key in a lock. She unlocked Matthew's padlock, I'm very pleased to say. That was a very good turn of phrase, if I may say so. Yeah, my name is Roger Lord. I'm Matthew's father. I hope you can understand me. Can you all hear at the back all right? I've got a funny accent, haven't I? It comes from southeast London, but it's heavily overlaid with Australian, so I really don't know what it is anymore, but as long as you can understand me. Communications is very important, actually, and I don't know, do many of you use Skype? You know Skype on a computer, you have a look, and it's got a camera, and you can see who you're talking to, and it doesn't cost anything. It's wonderful. We Skype fairly regularly with Matthew and Jenny. The time lag is a bit awkward. To us, it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, and to Jenny, it's first thing in the morning. So I can tell you, I can give you a detailed itinerary of every pair of pajamas that Jenny has got. But she works. But not only these two, of course, Helen and Colin as well, and you know, my wife does it. The women chat, as they tend to. You know, how's it going? How's the wedding? How are you? Can we bring anything? You know, I had nasty visions of flying over from Australia with a Tupperware container of cake on my lap. You know, don't fly too fast for the turbulence. So it took me a long time to make this. But no, we got here all right. It's a long trip, though, and first of all, I would like to thank everyone from Australia who came across with me. I'll start with my wife. Can I ask you to stand up, please? This is my wife, Lorraine. My lovely wife, who I love very much, and she's come over. And also there is my two daughters. I won't get them to all stand up, we'll be here all day. I've got two daughters and their partners and children, and Lorraine's sisters, and lots of relatives from Australia who come over here. And I'd like to thank you all for coming and making this long trip, wherever you are, all over the place. We discussed it a bit over the room. I also been slightly peculiar because I have an English family as well. Sitting over here, there's some over the other side, my sister's over there. And and they come from various parts of England, so I also want to thank you for coming, making a long journey up here as well. That's great to see you. It is actually rather pleasant, I must admit, to indulge myself for 1 minute, to be back in the land I was born in. I spent about 20 years here, so I'm fairly familiar with it, and it does feel like a homecoming, strangely enough. I get an almost surreal feeling that somehow everyone from Australia are from another life. You know, it's weird. I don't know what I am. Matthew, you might get the same thing one day, but that's me. So those are the two families, and then of course there's my son Matthew, who I'm very pleased and very proud and very privileged to see what he's become, what he's made of himself, really. And it wasn't really us, but you've done well, and congratulations. I have to say that married husband, now the wedding's over, he has been married before. I've done it. To the computer. Graphically. They meant many hours making little baby animations, film animations, and he's really actually good at it. Matthew did the program for the church service, incidentally. He's very good at that sort of graphical stuff. He did, so that's, but don't worry, it's all right. Before that, he had a very long, passionate affair with Princess Leia. Who he spent many years, many space battles defending. Now they'll tell you it all happened in a galaxy far, far away. It didn't, it happened in our bathroom about 6 o'clock at night. And I'm still finding little plastic corpses of stormtroopers in the garden. But he turned out well as a parent. As I say, I'm proud and I'm pleased and I'm privileged to introduce him. But mind you, I don't take much credit for it. I don't think it was me. I think it was Lorraine as much as anything else, but still. And talking of good parents, we have two other good parents here in the room as well. That's Helen. No, it's not. Helen and Colin, right? And I'm going to wander over here, and I'm going to ask them to stand up as well. I know most of you know them, but I'm going to ask you to stand up. These people have made us wonderfully welcome in their home. I mean, it really has. Helen, 9 people straight off a long flight from Australia. She wasn't expecting this. We weren't supposed to do it, but we actually had to go to her house. Somehow managed to provide a sit-down meal, lunch, hot meal, for 9 people, just like that, just before she had to go to work. I wasn't even expecting it. This is a domestic goddess, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And she looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't she? You can say that. Thank you. Colin as well, for all the running around you've had to do to us, and that's, thank you. You've done a lot of organisation, and that's a tremendous help to us. Thank you. I have forgotten, sorry, no. I've forgotten one other person, I'm sorry, because Colin's a very important job, I'll come on to that. She's the father of the bride, but there's another important job here, that's Richard. Richard's actually also from Australia as well, I should say. He's Matthew's best man, and he'll be talking later on. He's got an important job here. I've got nothing to do, really, actually. I'm totally useless. He's got a very important job, because you had to make sure that Matthew, went to the church on the right day and put the ring on the right girl and this sort of thing. So well done, Richard. You did that all right. Colin was the father of the bride. He had to give the bride away, and that's an important job. Although I must admit there are easier way of doing it, of course. Anyway, in Australia, you just put something out in the front of the house and you call up the Salvation Army and it comes and picks it up. It's a lot cheaper. And the second point is it doesn't work anyway, I'm glad to say, because no sooner as you give them away, they come back again, bringing a lot of things with it. The son's that different. He'll go, stay away. But, no, why would you want to give her away anyway? So please stand up, Jenny, because we're now going to come on to the... I'm not going to ask you to make a speech. But that's the start of our show, ladies and gentlemen. We have got to say, she look absolutely gorgeous. You really do. And I will give myself a little job. If Colin can give you away, I can, on behalf of my greater family, accept you. So it's my pleasure, my pride, my privilege to accept you into the Lord family. Parents were perfectly correct. You fitted in beautifully. You are welcomed by everybody and loved by everybody. So it is really a definite win for us. We welcome you. Thank you very much. And your parents may be well, worried about giving advice. I've got to leave you with something. Actually, not just you, with you and every married woman. Just this. You are responsible forever for something you have tamed. I'll call it quits now. We are available in Australia. You have to contact the UK branch of the Lord Travel Agency, but anybody wants to come to Australia, you're more than welcome.
Thank you, Roger.